should I move to?
Spain!
Yes, but where in Spain? I can help you choose.
How?
Stick around and you'll find out. Welcome to YouTooSpain. Let's do the top tips dance. Hello you, thanks for joining the family here at YouTooSpain. I help you discover how to move to Spain and live in Spain with the help of up-to-date information from official sources and with the help of specialists on the front line of immigration, bring you what you need to make your Spanish dreams come true.
I dream of living by the beach. I dream of beer.
Ah, lovely dreams. And that's just one of the many things you need to consider when you're thinking about where to live.
Are you saying I've got to start thinking?
Yeah, sorry Tommy. I know that's not your greatest skill, but you really need to use your head as well as your heart.
My heart is next to the sea. Oh, and I like mountains too.
That's a good start. Have a think about where you feel most comfortable and happy.
In the pub.
That doesn't narrow it down very much. There are bars everywhere.
A British pub.
Now that does narrow it down because you're looking for a place with either plenty of expats living there or a popular place for British tourists. Or both.
Benidorm.
Exactly. There are lots of places, especially on the coast, from Benidorm on the Costa Blanca right the way round and down to the end of the Costa del Sol with expat communities. And that's an important thing you should consider. Do you want to be surrounded by Brits or other expats, or do you want to be part of a Spanish community, or a mixture of both?
I'd like a bit of both. My Spanish isn't very good yet and I'm a bit shy, so it's nice to be able to have people to talk to in English while I'm learning the language and finding my feet.
That sounds sensible. Learning the language is really important wherever you're going to be moving to in Spain, and you should know that there are some other languages in Spain other than Spanish.
Like what?
Well, there's Catalan in the Catalonia region, there's Valencian, which is kind of a Catalan variation, there's Basque right up north on the French border, there's Galician in the top left of the map of Spain, and there's Aranese. Some of them are quite similar to Castilian, which is the proper name for the Spanish language, but if you're going to be living in the regions that speak any of those languages, and especially if you have children, you should really learn at least some of the local language too. Otherwise, you'll never know whether your kids are swearing at you.
Don't they speak Spanish there?
Oh, they all speak Castilian Spanish, but if you want to be respected by the locals, learn a few nice phrases in the local language and dialect. It'll raise a smile, and that's worth a lot.
Ah, shut it!
Nothing wrong with a bit of kindness, Tommy. Now, what else should you be taking into account?
I take money into my account, my bank account.
Very funny, Tommy, but you have a good point there. How expensive is it to live in different places? You need somewhere you can afford, and household prices and bills and food vary an awful lot between cities and towns and villages.
I like Madrid.
That is the most expensive place in Spain to live, but it's cheaper than London, for example. I tell you what, let's look at a few cities and compare them, and that will make you narrow down what you're looking for.
What if I don't want to live in a city?
Then we'll chat about that afterwards.
Okay, I'll just order another sangria while you do that.
Very nice. So, the big cities in Spain are all quite unique. They have their own character and attract different kinds of people. So, consider what kind of a lifestyle you want and what appeals to you most. The best thing to do is visit a few of the cities and see which one grabs your heart.
I don't like Barcelona. Too many funny buildings.
Barcelona is definitely unique. If you're into architecture and colour and vibrancy, then that's the city to live in. It's got so much to offer. So if you like a busy lifestyle and Madrid isn't your cup of tea, definitely try out Barcelona. They've both got a huge amount of historic buildings, museums, art galleries, parks, music, concerts, theatre, so much to do.
I don't want my kids living in a city. They're too busy and dangerous.
Well, there are areas of all big cities that are a bit scary like that, but both of these big cities have lots for children, including loads of international schools, and there are suburbs that are beautiful and safe. Of course, you need to have enough in the bank or a good job to live in the best suburbs. It's very important to know your budget.
Are there any cities with a beach nearby? I might be able to cope with that.
Oh, hello, Walter. You're back. Yes, Barcelona has some great beaches. Madrid doesn't because it's right in the middle of Spain. But there are cities like Valencia, Alicante and Malaga that are right on the coast too, with great beaches. Alicante's renowned for its white beaches. That's why that piece of coastline is called the Costa Blanca.
Have they all got good weather?
They're all on the Mediterranean coast, so it's pretty good in all of them. Barcelona can get a bit cooler because it's much further north. Alicante has got good weather all year round, more or less. Malaga too.
So which one is the best?
Like I said, it depends on your lifestyle. But if you look at the 5 cities I've mentioned in terms of cost of living, safety, and where to find the most cosmopolitan population, usually Barcelona gets the top marks. But people who live in Madrid would probably disagree. They're both expensive to rent property in, but still quite a bit cheaper than a lot of the bigger cities in the UK. Food is cheaper there too. They're both exciting places to work. Madrid has a lot of opportunities for English-speaking people. Barcelona is great for digital nomads and entrepreneurs, especially when it comes to technology. And they're both hubs for art and culture.
It's so difficult to decide.
It is. That's why it's best to have a few trips at different times of year. And it's so important to look ahead and see not only what you need now as a person or a family, but what you see yourself doing in 5 or 10 years down the road.
What about the smaller cities?
Valencia is one of the cheapest, and because it's smaller, it's easier to get around on foot and on public transport. It's also the home of paella. They love their food in Valencia. Cost of living is lower, rent is lower, and there's still a lot to do. Also, it has international schools and apparently it's high quality education there, as well as being the safest big city in Spain.
What about Malaga?
Well, now you're talking. That's one of my favourites. It's a bit more laid back than the other cities. Good beaches, great weather, lots of music and festivals, cheap public transport. Loads of people come to Malaga to live, and it's one of the cheapest and safest too.
I thought you said Alicante was cheapest.
It is one of the cheapest cities, yeah. Rent is cheaper than Malaga, and it's very easy going too. Lots of expats from all over the place make their homes there.
All right, that's enough about cities. Where else can I move to?
OK, the other things to think about when you're deciding where to live are...
Shall we have a top 10 tips? Bleeding heck, do we have to?
We do, because it's helpful, Tommy.
Number 1.
City or town or village or campo. That means the countryside. Lots of people dream about living there, so you need to think which one of those choices suits you best.
Number 2.
And which choice suits you best depends a lot on whether you're working or retired.
Why is that?
If you're working, you usually need to be in a place where there are lots of clients for your business.
Unless you're a digital nomad.
Yes, but even then you might need to be around others in your industry for face-to-face meetings during those lovely long lunches. But if you can do without that, make sure you have a good enough internet connection where you're moving to. Those Zoom meetings need to be professional. And if you do occasionally need to visit real people, how far are you from an airport?
Number 3.
How far are you from an airport?
You just said that.
I did, and it's important. Do you like to travel? Well, then you need to be near one of the bigger international airports like Madrid, Barcelona or Malaga.
I want my relatives to be able to visit me as well.
Exactly. So put yourself within easy reach of the airport that your friends and relatives can fly to the easiest, if that's important to you.
Number 4.
Geography.
That's not my favourite subject.
Do you like mountains? Do you want to be on the coast? To be able to walk on the beach? Do you like walking in the hills? Do you like skiing? Do you like forests or lakes? Do you want the lush green north with its changeable weather, or the blazing hot southern cities of Seville or Cordoba? Can you stand the heat?
Number 5.
Motorways.
2, 4, 6, 8. It's never too late.
Transport is very important. Spain is a big country, and even though you might think you just want to lay around in the sun in your quiet garden in the hills, you don't want to be too far from decent roads. Otherwise it'll take you ages to get anywhere that you might need to go.
I still haven't been able to swap my driving licence.
So you're stuck then?
Not really. That's why I decided to live by the beach near the bus route. I don't need to drive anywhere really.
Good plan.
Number 6.
Amenities.
What it is?
Amenities. It's all very well being in the quietest valley with no neighbours disturbing your absolute tranquility, But what if you run out of something important?
Like beer.
Well, yes, or some basic food like bread. And what if you want to go for a coffee or a drink and the nearest cafe or supermarket is a 20-minute drive down a winding track?
Nightmare. Number 7.
Medicine.
I've got piles.
So where's your nearest chemist? Do you need prescription medicine? Where's your nearest doctor or hospital? What happens if you get very ill?
Oh, heck, I see what you mean.
Yeah, none of us are getting any younger.
I'm falling apart.
You might want to get that seen to.
I've got some ointment for that.
Moving on.
Number 8.
Flamenco.
Bless you.
If you like the deeply rooted gypsy flamenco culture and the Moorish history and architecture, then you want to be near Granada.
Free tapas.
Yes, indeed. And the whole of the Andalusia region of Spain is full of Moorish influence. The white villages in the hills, the beautiful tiles and mosaics, the fountains, the palaces, and all of it is mixed up with the amazing churches and the cathedrals from slightly more recent times, all within sight of those beautiful mountains.
Not geography again.
Well, it does get everywhere.
Number 9.
Family.
I love my kids.
We all do, and we need to make sure we're thinking of them. Will they have plenty of friends? Will they be able to pick up Spanish quickly? How old are they going to be when you're moving? Should you put them in an international school where there won't be as many Spanish friends? Or should you throw them in at the deep end into a Spanish school where they'll become a part of the community quicker? Are they shy or gregarious? Are there enough activities to keep them busy and happy? And are there plenty of other children there?
I love my kids.
Yeah, you said that already.
Number 10.
Look ahead.
Where?
Just ahead. Look forward 5 or 10 years and ask yourself where you see yourself. What do you want to be doing?
Sitting on a beach.
No change there.
I want my own pub.
It's a very busy, tiring lifestyle, Tommy. I thought you came here to retire and put your feet up.
I want a pub.
I think you just want to be in a pub, really.
I want to be in a pub.
That's more like it. Is there a hospital nearby?
Why do you ask?
Because if you stay this angry and full of beer, you might be needing one sooner than you'd think.
I'll go and phone an ambulance.
Get well soon, Tommy.
Peas and fluff.
Yes, peace and love, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell so you'll be the first to get all the best advice and fun.
What about the website? There's a website.
Go on then, Walter.
YouTooSpain.com. Oi!
I thought you were off to the hospital.
Nah, it was just wind.
Better do the dance with us then.
Here we go. Oi, oi!
See you in the next video.